Steve, what did you get?
I got a tranny mount.
Tranny mount?
I got other things too, but this one came first.
Who said you could buy all the parts for your car, like, right away?
I just assumed that you'd be happy for me.
Oh my goodness. Okay, let's hurry and throw that thing on right now.
Alright.
And then we can let people know if it actually feels good to drive with a nearly solid tranny mount.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get to the install. Okay, that was like super fast.
Snap-on tools.
Are what, like a little more expensive than they need to be, but they do work good.
Yeah, basically.
Okay, so
the orientation,
boom.
It looks like they're both. Let's make sure we orient this right. Like that.
C. Ready, go. This seems like maybe the easiest thing we've done to your car yet.
Yeah, this is gonna take like 10 minutes.
I guess we should remember that not everybody has like a lift at their house, but
yeah, but even if you didn't,
even on jack stands and even with a regular wrench, this is probably like a 20-minute project at the most.
Yeah. Let's go across. Yeah.
That sounds official. See if there's any vibration change from initial startup. See if you can feel it.
It actually kind of feels smoother. Maybe my old mount was just that shot.
Yeah, it could have been just wiggling a lot.
Like this is, before you could feel the vibration in my shifter. Like it was always going back and forth.
And now it like stabilized the shifter. Oh man, that's fantastic.
That is ridiculous.
That's already one super good thing.
This is solid right now. It's not wiggling at all.
That's awesome.
Do you remember how bad
it would just kind of bobble side to side, and it had like way more. Now it's just the whatever slops in the actual transmission, not from the body to the transmission.
So for everybody on the forums that's telling you doing a tranny mount will make your teeth rattle, I think that's bullshit, at least on this car.
Yeah, I don't. If the motor's not moving back and forth as much, it's not moving the exhaust side to side, and it's not going to rattle at the back.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Hey, so the tranny mount inadvertently fixed our exhaust rattle. Yeah, we should tell them about that. So we just made a big order of like really high-end like stainless and a few flex pipes and some flanges. And you saw us bolt on his exhaust mufflers on the back. And we're gonna, well, me I guess, probably tomorrow I'll show you guys the process of what it takes to build like a custom Y pipe. We kind of figured we're going turbo, like that's gonna happen for sure. So what we wanted to do is make sure all the mods going forward are like in line with that. So supportive. We need enough exhaust volume out of the car to make sure that it doesn't like choke out the turbo. So a lot of the stuff that we were finding online, it was a 2.5 inch split to a 2.5 inches. But we just didn't want that bottleneck, so we ordered a 3-inch piping with a 3-inch flange, so it'll go 3-inch and then split to 2.5s out to the mufflers, and then when we bring our turbo, we can do a 3-inch downpipe into the exhaust and keep everything flowing super nice. Oh, what's up, guys? Like I told you yesterday, we got some new material in, and we are going to start building stuff. I don't know if you can see how clean the quality is of this stainless, but it makes it so I barely have to do any cleaning before I prep for the TIG weld. So, got a bunch of mandrel bends. We got some like vibrant resonators. This is actually one of the coolest pieces I've probably ever ordered. It's like a real high quality cast stainless transition Y. So this way I can go from a perfect 3-inch inlet to 2 perfect 2.5-inch outlets. And these should just like slip right over my joint and be able to TIG weld. That's gonna just look like super nice. Okay, so I forgot this one last thing. I've always wanted to do this. This is the like high quality like stainless hanger material, and I know that might seem kind of silly not to just use like a mild steel hanger, but this way once I bend the shape for the hanger and I weld it onto the side of the pipe, I can use like stainless here, stainless there, and then none of it will rust. If you use like a mild steel piece here, then like later on down the road it can cause some rust and eventually maybe break off the pipe. This way it'll stay strong for a super long time. Alright, we're gonna soak this down a little bit with some PB Blaster, which is kind of awesome because it'll get the rust to start dissolving a little bit. And then we're gonna go ahead and take this section down. So today our goal is to make this section from here all the way into this Y right here, and then back past here up to these canisters that we bought before. So we're basically just trying to get rid of this ugly stock piece it's just not sufficient for when we go turbo size wise. We want this to be at least 2.5 on each side, and then transition to go into a 3 here. That way we don't have any flow issues. So so we got this mocked up on the car, and this will be our little Y transition. It fits really, really well. And then from here we'll start to build up to the back muffler pieces. But I'm going to go ahead and put some tacks on here, and then I'll probably fully weld it later. But for right now, we're going to get this fitted, stick it back on the car, and then just keep going.
That looks good.
All done. Ah, finally. Isn't it nice not to have all this crap in here? Give us, go ahead and fire this sucker up. Okay, that might be a little on the loud side. I think Panda might not like that actually. He's not like a super big fan of really loud cars. Chances are we're going to be putting resonators back in, but we can put them in the forward section when we delete the last piece of stock piping. We can put resonators in down after the turbo, so it shouldn't be such a big deal, but yeah, he's going to hate that in the meantime. Alright, so Steve ordered some motor mounts the other day, and we're going to go ahead and put them in right now. Take a look. They are the Drop Engineering motor mounts. Alright. Ooh.
Ooh, comes with a little keychain.
Fancy.
Alright, don't care about that.
You know what my favorite part is?
Ooh.
Lime green's totally like my favorite color.
Oh yeah?
Like by like a long shot, and those are dope because they're just
these are
awesome. Billet aluminum and lime green.
So these have like, I think a 95 A durometer hardness.
Okay, that's pretty stiff.
Yeah, along with total billet aluminum housing.
Cool.
This should be interesting.
Should be pretty good. We loosened the bolts on the uppers, and Look at Jay Sean in the background. We loosened the bolts on the uppers, and we found like an interesting little trick to get them, because you really can't get them from the top unless you take the header off. And
Nobody
from the
wants to do that.
Yeah, from the bottom, you have to reach up and get it with a wrench, and it's just kind of an awkward angle. If you have a really good snap-on, like bendy ratchet, you can get it. But if you don't and you're at home and you're stuck like we were today, because I broke my snap-on ratchet, we found a new way to do it. Okay, so we're just using this small little like 14. It's maybe like 3 or 4 inches. It's a pretty short little guy, but it fits up there, and you can kind of get a turn on it before it hits the motor or anything. We'll show you right now.
So just stick them right up here, and you'll be able to snug them up right on the bolt. And once you do that, it shouldn't move at all. And then you get a long pry tool, like so. I think I'm compensating for something here.
Oh boy.
Small wrench.
Just put the wrench up there. But yeah, basically, this was definitely the easiest way we found to get it without taking the header out. Just using this pry bar to push against the subframe and pop the 14 loose. Okay, we got those motor mounts in, and on the internet, people were saying that they're supposed to be like super stiff, and they're gonna vibrate a lot, and you're gonna hate the ride. And this is a really good test, because Steve, Panda Steve, is like, he's super picky. Like, so, I mean, he's willing to spend the money to buy the right stuff to do things in a way that makes him like driving the car. So, you know, if he doesn't like these mounts, he'll just buy another set of mounts. But we'll have to see how it goes. I sent him to the store in the Z now that the mounts are installed, mostly because I really wanted a soda. But when he comes back, we'll have to ask him and see if it was super rattly or if it was up to his like comfortable standards. All right, how was it?
Honestly, I thought it would add a whole lot more rattle adding those super stiff motor mounts. I don't really notice a difference.
Does it feel...
It feels more responsive. The whole car just
the money?
feels more responsive. Yeah, definitely worth the money.
Okay.
So, all in all, with the more stiff motor mounts and the stiff tranny mount, I was expecting like a real bad experience in the car, like it's meant to be a race car or something. I thought it would be a hell of a lot worse, and it ended up being really good actually.
Okay, I'm sitting here in Panda Z, and I've got a few updates for you guys. This car is getting sent off to paint today. It'll be with Hunch for 2 weeks, so you guys won't see it for 2 weeks, but you can still watch the videos. We're gonna do some stuff on the RSX. Matter of fact, RSX is up to deck for the next 2 weeks, so we'll see what happens there. And when we get it back, we'll put it on the dyno, double check everything on this car, and then we're going straight into turboing. So literally 2 weeks from today, we will be just fab and turbo, fab and turbo, fab and turbo. And you guys have never seen the process of me actually building and designing a turbo kit. Well, you're gonna see it now, because I don't know, I like things to sit and be placed how I like them, and I have some thoughts on this car. I like the turbo to be up front and accessible. I want everything to fit well, and I don't know, I like my intercooler to sit how I like. I'm gonna build the kit how I like it. So that's what it is. We're also gonna try to keep the cost like super down. This is just a fun toy car for Panda. Like, he could clearly afford to go buy like a new sports car if he wanted, but this car, it's like so affordable, and he's having like a lot of fun because the parts aren't crazy expensive. Like, anybody can mod these cars. I'm hoping that the last video helped you guys out a bit, like, so you can see like what things really matter. The short answer is downpipes make a huge difference, and mufflers make it sound better, and intakes add a bunch of horsepower too, like if you get the right one. That's just, I'm really excited. These cars are so fun. I've been driving it a little bit. Ooh, I super want one. I can't wait till I get my own. But I guess that's about all I got for this week. We got a lot done, and I'm happy with the results of this car. It's gonna go off. This thing's gonna be freaking beautiful when we get it back. You guys will see in a little while like what color Panda picked, but it's Panda, so you could probably guess. And comment below if you think you know what he's painting it. I mean, like, come on, like, he's so obvious, it's like ridiculous. I mean, come on. So if there's any more clips in this video, it'll probably be just dyno tuning today. I've got a G35 coming. I'm gonna dyno tune him, and that's about it. So maybe some random clips of that, and then I will like catch you guys in the next one.